Being the middle child who always gets sick, I was deeply spoiled by my parents, leading me to have a life I enjoyed having parties with my barcadas, smoking, drinking alcohol, chasing women, and eventually trying all sorts of drugs. I thought I was at the peak of my freedom, but in reality, I was falling apart. Rather than turning to God for help, I sank further into drugs, alcohol, and womanizing. At that point, my drug addiction was spiraled out of control. I found myself in jail not once, but 3 times. The first was in 1989. My parents negotiated and bailed me out. The second was 2003. Again, my parents came to my rescue. And the third time, in 2012, both of them had already passed away, and the only person left was my brother. Tumawag ako sa kanya, pero ang sabi niya sa akin, "Joby, the only way I could help you is by not helping you." And that statement really marked me that I was alone in this chaos. I ended up in severely overcrowded city jails where I experienced some of the hardships condition imaginable. One task I had to endure was to clean the toilets with my bare hands. Christian ministry would come to offer Bible studies, but years I've ignored them. I didn't believe I needed God. But during one ordinary and hopeless day, God began to touch my heart. Left with no comfort and no escape, I began to reflect. I started praying more consistently, and Bible reading became a daily habit. I may have been imprisoned, but I do understand that I can live a life free from the bondage of sin as long as I surrendered everything to Christ. It was from my imprisonment that I understood the true meaning of freedom. I found my peace amidst hardship, not because my situation improved, but because I began to encounter God personally. Even my addiction to smoking, sometimes I could never quit. By God's grace, I was able to stop. Behind bars, I started to experience the real peace, real love, and true freedom. After 4 years in jail, something completely unexpected happened. 3 families, people I didn't even know, pooled resources to pay for my bail. In 2016, I was granted release and soon negotiated to reduce the charges, which allowed me to apply for probation. Part of the probation included weekly drug tests, and for the next 2 years, I remained clean. After being bailed out, I tried my best to walk in the new freedom God had given me. There still were struggles, temptations, and failures, but each day I choose to surrender my life to Him. In 2022, I met a pastor in CCF who later became a mentor, a close personal friend. God used him to guide me as I navigated this new season of life. Then in 2024, I publicly declared my commitment to follow Jesus through water baptism. That same year, I was introduced to the Biyahe Jail Ministry of CCF. Today, I actively served with jail ministry, visiting correctional facilities, and serving both God's Word and my story to those still in chains. I relate deeply in them because I was once in their place. What I once cursed, my time in prison, now I look back on with gratitude. I thought prison was the end of my story, but it turned out to be the place where my redemption began. I am still a work in progress. I believe God is not done with me yet. He continues to mold me, change me, and give me purpose. What I once viewed as the ruin of my life, God has turned into the foundation of my testimony that points to Him. I'm Joseph Benedict Navales, once chained by sin and imprisoned, but Jesus the Redeemer has set me free, and now I live to proclaim that He is real and He is able to redeem even the most broken life And to God be the glory. Thank you po.